Something big is happening in India's healthcare sector, and it's all centered on our bone and joint health. The whole thing is being driven by one very, very big number.
That's right, 200 crore rupees. That is the absolutely huge amount of money one company is pouring into the future of orthopedics in India. And a figure that large? Well, that's more than just a headline. It's a massive statement of intent.
So, when you see a number like that, you've got to ask some questions. Why orthopedics, of all things? And why right now? What is the real story behind this huge bet? Let's get into it.
Okay, so let's start at the very heart of the story. Leeford's 200 crore bet. This isn't just a random investment. It's a really deliberate, major push aimed squarely at improving India's bone and joint health.
The company behind all this is Leeford Healthcare, a pretty big player in the pharmaceutical world. And they're committing that 200 crore specifically to their orthopedic division, and they're doing it over the next 3 years. This is not some small adjustment to their budget. This is a core part of their strategy to massively grow their business in this one specific area.
And if you want to understand the why behind it, you just have to listen to Leeford's managing director, Jiwanlal Gupta. He calls it an unwavering commitment to making care better. But honestly, the most important part is that last bit, making new solutions accessible to a broader population. So you see, they're framing this as more than just a business move. It's about a bigger mission to tackle a health issue that affects a lot of people.
All right, so they've got the cash and they've got the vision. But let's be real, a big number like that doesn't mean much if you don't have a solid plan. So, where exactly is that 200 crore going? Turns out, it's all laid out in a really clear 4-point strategy.
And their plan is pretty smart. It kind of covers all the bases. It kicks off with launching new, innovative products. Then, they're going to pour money into their R&D to make sure they stay ahead of the curve. Next up, they're boosting their manufacturing capacity so they can actually make enough of this stuff. And finally, they're expanding their distribution network so they can get these solutions to people all over the country. It's really an investment in the entire system, from start to finish.
But a company doesn't just decide to spend this kind of money out of the blue, right? A plan like this doesn't happen in a vacuum. And that brings us to the bigger picture here. There's a boom happening in the orthopedic market. So why now? What are the big forces that are driving all this demand?
Now, before we dive into what's driving this, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. When we say orthopedics, what are we actually talking about? Well, simply put, it's the whole field of medicine that's all about our musculoskeletal system. Our bones, our muscles, our joints. It's literally the framework that holds us up and keeps us moving.
So what's behind the boom? It's basically a perfect storm driven by 3 huge trends. First off, India's population is aging, and that naturally means more wear and tear on our bodies. On top of that, our modern, more sedentary lifestyles are creating all sorts of new physical problems. And the third thing is, people are just way more aware of their bone and joint health now, and they're actually looking for solutions. It's a massive convergence of demand.
Okay, this is all really interesting from a business point of view. But let's bring it back down to earth. What does all of this corporate strategy actually mean for regular people, for patients? What's the real-world impact?
And this, right here, is the crucial point. This investment is about more than just a company trying to grow its market share or make a profit. It's a direct, strategic response to that perfect storm of demand we were just talking about. It's a targeted solution for a real national health challenge that's only getting bigger.
So what could this actually look like on the ground? Well, for patients, it could mean getting access to much better, more innovative treatments. For the country as a whole, it means better healthcare access everywhere. And this is a big one, a real boost to domestic manufacturing. That's a direct plus for India's self-reliance in pharmaceuticals. And the ultimate goal, a healthier, more active population for years to come.
So when you boil it all down, the story's actually quite simple. It's about a company making a smart, calculated investment today to help build a much stronger, healthier foundation for India's future.
And that just leaves you wondering, doesn't it? We're seeing private money come in and completely reshape one part of the healthcare industry. So the big question now is, what's the next frontier? Where will we see this kind of innovation next? It's definitely something to think about.